Dear students, myself Dr. Mallikarjun S. Biradar, Assistant Professor in Mathematics, Government First Grade College, Basuvakalyan. Now, today we are discussing the 39th session of Graph Theory 2. Topic is a characterization of bipartite graphs in terms of chromatic number. So, in the previous session, it was a characterization for the bichromatic graph. So we know what is bichromatic graph. If its chromatic number is 2, then that graph is called bichromatic graph. And we got a characterization for the bichromatic graphs. Now in this topic, it is a characterization of bipartite graphs in terms of chromatic number. So you should not get confused with the previous result and this result. The previous result was a characterization for the bichromatic graphs. So this is a result, or you can say a characterization of bipartite graphs in terms of chromatic number. So we will see in detail. So already you know what you mean by a bipartite graph. Okay, a graph is said to be bipartite if it is possible to partition the vertex set V into two disjoint subsets V1 and V2 in such a way that every vertex of the set V1 joins each vertex of the set V2. Okay, so that is the bipartite graph. So for example, even you can consider, this is an example. Okay, let us consider this graph. As I said, this is K22. It is a bipartite graph, a complete bipartite graph or bipartite graph. Okay, one and the same. So here this vertex which is adjacent with the two other vertices, this vertex is adjacent with the two other vertices of the other set. So now bipartite graph, even complete bipartite graph is also a bipartite graph. But what is the difference between bipartite and complete bipartite? A bipartite graph is nothing but it is possible to partition the vertex set into two disjoint subsets V1 and V2 such that every edge of G joins a vertex of V1 to a vertex of V2. That is the concept of bipartite graph. Okay, so this is an example of a bipartite graph because the vertex set V, which contains V1, V2, V3, V4, are partitioned into two disjoint subsets. Say V1, V2 in one set, V3, V4 are in another set. If you observe any edge, then that edge joins a vertex of V1 to a vertex of V2. So you can see this is an edge joining V1 and V3. So the vertex V1 is, or vertex V1 belongs to the set V1. The vertex V3 belongs to the set V2. So this is how, even if you consider another edge, say for example an edge joining the vertices V1 and V4. So the vertex V1 is in one set capital V1. The vertex V4 is in another set capital V2. It implies every edge of G joins a vertex of V1 to a vertex of V2. So this is an example of a bipartite graph. Okay. So therefore, we have defined the bipartite graph. Already we know the concept of bipartite graph in detail. We have studied in the previous semester. Just we have recapitulated because we are going to characterize the bipartite graphs in terms of the chromatic number. So for that reason, it is very much essential to recall what is a bipartite graph. Let us consider another example. So what is the difference between bipartite graph and complete bipartite graph? Complete bipartite graph is also a bipartite graph. Again, it is possible to partition the vertex set capital V of the graph G into two disjoint subsets V1 and V2 such that each vertex of one set is adjacent with every vertex of the other set. So in case of bipartite, it is not compulsory. Only the thing is that it is possible to partition the vertex set into two disjoint subsets. But if you consider any edge joining two vertices, of course, so one vertex belongs to one set, the other vertex belongs to the other set. So every edge joins a vertex of V1 to a vertex of V2. That is bipartite graph. But in complete bipartite graph, again it is a complete bipartite graph is also a bipartite graph. Again, it is possible to partition the vertex set V into two disjoint subsets V1 and V2 such that each vertex of one set V1 is adjacent with every vertex of the other set. So therefore, that is the difference between bipartite graph and complete bipartite graph. So in general, complete bipartite graph is also a bipartite graph. Only that is the difference. Okay. So if you want, we can see this example. So this is another example. So we have considered K23. So two vertices in one set. Say overall, what is the vertex set of this graph? The vertex set of this graph contains V1, V2, V3, V4, V5. Okay. And we have partitioned the vertex set into two disjoint subsets. One is V1. So the vertices of the set V1 are small v1, capital V1. So these are the two vertices. In the set V2, the vertex set V2, the vertices are V3, V4, V5. Okay. So don't get confused with the vertex and the set. Okay. So the small vi's are representing the vertices and capital Vi is representing the sets. Okay. So this is how we have partitioned the vertex set into two disjoint subsets. Now the thing is that each vertex of V1, say for example small v1 is a vertex of V1. This vertex must be adjacent with all other vertices of the set V2. So you can see here V1 is adjacent with V3, V1 is adjacent with V4, V1 is adjacent with V5. Similarly, the other vertex V2 of V1 must be adjacent with all other vertices of the second set V2. That's why V2 is adjacent with V3, V4, V5. So therefore, this is an example of a complete bipartite graph. Okay. So we took two examples to clarify what is a bipartite graph or complete bipartite graph. So complete bipartite graph is also bipartite graph. Now overall conclusion is that now we are characterizing a bipartite graph. Already we have got one characterization. What is the characterization for bipartite graph? If you recall, a graph is bipartite if and only if all its cycles are even. So that was one characterization already we have. Okay, now here again we are characterizing bipartite graph in terms of a chromatic number. See, that is the beauty of the subject. A researcher can think in different way. So you can think, oh, one characterization is there already. What is the need for another characterization? No. You can think in your own way and try to get the characterization for the existing graphs. So that is also a research. Okay. So now the second result is another characterization of a bipartite graph in terms of its chromatic number. So what is the result? Let us think of this. Theorem. A graph with at least one edge is bipartite if and only if it is two chromatic, or you can say if it is bichromatic. It implies this is another characterization for the bipartite graph. The previous one means the characterization for the bipartite graph is a graph is bipartite if and only if all its cycles are even. Now what is the characterization for bipartite graph in terms of chromatic number? A graph with at least one edge is bipartite if and only if it is two chromatic, or you can say it is bichromatic. Okay, so it is a general result again. So first you have to consider it is a bipartite graph and you have to prove it is two chromatic. Again, in the converse part you have to consider it is a two chromatic graph and you have to prove it is bipartite. Okay, let us think of the first part. Suppose G is bipartite. So whenever it is bipartite, already we know it the vertex set can be partitioned into two disjoint subsets. Okay, so and has at least one edge. Of course, we are considering a graph with at least one edge. Otherwise, there is no importance of coloring of a graph. If there is no edge at all, then we can color the entire graph by only one color. So that's why preferably we are considering a graph with at least one edge. Suppose G is a bipartite graph with at least one edge. Then the vertex set of Vg, by the definition of bipartite graph, it is possible to partition into two disjoint subsets V1, capital V1 and V2, such that no two vertices in V1 or in V2 are adjacent. It's very obvious. See, if you see the previous graph, so this is an example of a bipartite graph. Even this is an example of a bipartite graph. You can see the vertices are partitioned, of course, but none of the vertices in any set are adjacent. See, the vertices in V1 are V1 and V2. V1 and V2. Whether they are adjacent, whether the vertices V1 and V2 are adjacent? No. The vertices in the other set V2 are V3, V4, V5. Whether none of the vertices in the set V2, whether they are adjacent? Is there any edge joining between V3, V4 or V4, V5 or V5, V3? There is no edge. So none of the vertices in this set, partition set, are adjacent. Okay. So therefore, that is the observation. Okay. So let us consider. Okay. So let me consider VG can be partitioned into two subsets, say V1 and V2, such that no two vertices in V1 or in V2 are adjacent. Okay, that is observation just we had. So it implies a two coloring of G can be obtained. A two coloring of G can be obtained because assign one color to one of the vertices in one set. Okay, and one edge is joining exactly one vertex of one set to another vertex of the other set. It implies once if you assign one color 1 to one of the vertices in one set, the color 2 is used in one of the vertices of the second set, but none of the vertices in the same set are adjacent. It implies that graph is definitely a two coloring graph. A two coloring of G can be obtained by coloring all vertices of V1 by a red color and all vertices of the set V2, the elements of the set V2, by blue color. So therefore, what you can say, ultimately we have colored the entire graph with only two colors. It implies that graph is definitely having a chromatic number 2. It is a two chromatic graph. So therefore, we have proved the first part. So whenever if you consider a graph with at least one edge, if you say it is bipartite, definitely it is two chromatic. So one part one part we have completed. Now on the other hand, suppose G is a two chromatic. It implies it is a two coloring graph because the chromatic number is 2. So it is definitely a two coloring graph. Thus, whenever it is a two coloring graph, by the color class, what you can say, it is possible to partition the vertices into disjoint subsets because you are using only two color. So a partition containing all vertices with one color in one partition and vertices using the second color or in the second partition. So thus the vertex set of VG can be partitioned into two color classes V1 and V2. So I think you would have recalled the color class. So in the set V1, all vertices are with the same color. In the set V2, all vertices are with the same color. But the vertices in V1 and V2 are in different colors, of course, such that each edge of G is an edge joining a vertex of V1 to a vertex of V2. So it implies, what it implies? It implies we have partitioned the vertex set V into two disjoint subsets V1 and V2 such that an edge joining a vertex of V1 and V2. It implies definitely that graph is a bipartite graph. So this is how we have proved very easily the converse part. So overall in this session what we have discussed, in this session we have discussed the bichromatic graph or you can say two chromatic graph. Similarly we have discussed about the bipartite graphs. That is very important. Other than bichromatic, you can say we have discussed about bipartite graphs. Without knowing bipartite graphs, how can you find the characterization? So that's why we took some examples to clarify what is bipartite graph, what is the complete bipartite graph. Okay, then we took the characterization for a bipartite graph in terms of its chromatic number. So that is the result just now we have discussed, and we took some examples on bipartite graphs, and already we know it is two chromatic. Okay, so with this So these are the reference books. So with this we conclude this session. Okay. Thank you.